Not today, pal. Not today.
I feel like we got energy today because it's so cold out.
100%.
Yeah, I'm
like
zapped.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
a good word.
I'm just
Zapped.
like, yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah, I feel like my eyes are wide as fuck. Right
Yeah,
now.
you can't chill outside today.
No.
It's tough out there.
Yeah.
So, last week we talked about you were having a rough time, and we all understand that you have to let it out. But this clip that we saw of you, it's just too much, and I don't approve.
Oh, no.
You have a family at home, and this is just not okay. You have the boat one, yeah.
Woke up this morning, got some
I mean, James, you got kids at
Then I
home.
woke up the next day and got
Look at
some
this.
Do you think that looks like me?
Keep waking up, keep
So many people have sent me this chick. I didn't hear the song that went with it though.
from Scooby-Doo. Woke up this morning,
I got better moves than that. Fuck
So,
that bitch.
oh yeah, you're better than that chick.
I'm half Cuban. Yeah, my hips move way better than
Whoa,
that.
all right, dancing
Does this
Jamie-Lynn.
look like me? Tell me honestly. I'm not offended. I think she's a beautiful woman. But
yeah,
like,
I mean, how could you
does
get offended?
This look like me?
Well, I'll tell you, it reminds me of Meadow Soprano. Like, it doesn't remind me of you,
Right.
But it like somehow
Well,
I'm
I
like,
had a
oh,
lot more
that's
meat in my bones.
yeah.
during Meadow
But
days.
also, it's like I could see the sunglasses. What do you have? A little White
Like
Claw?
a White Claw with a striped straw.
How does Cutter feel about this? Have you seen this already?
Yeah, I actually showed it to Cutter the other day because somebody sent it to me on Instagram, and I was watching it in the car with him, and I was like, "Does this look like me?" And he's like, "I mean, I see it."
Yeah.
He's like, "I wish it was you," meaning he wishes I was drunk on a boat in a bikini. 'cause
But you
that's
got better
been a long
moves. You
time.
told him. Did you tell him you got better moves?
I would hope he would know.
Yeah,
I hope
yeah.
I wouldn't have
I
to
think he
tell
knows.
him about that.
So that song wasn't with it. The original Soprano song was with it, but I didn't want to get us copyrighted.
Oh,
So that's like another version. Can you
Gabagoo.
play that song? Can you play just the song again, please? It's so good.
woke up this morning, got some gabagoo. And then I woke up the next day and got some gabagoo. Keep waking up, keep getting different types of gabagoo.
wow.
I even got some gabagoo from Scooby-Doo.
Could you imagine if that song was actually playing while she was on the boat? If that's what she was listening to.
Oh yeah. Well, everybody's got to let loose sometimes.
Yeah. So something. I'm taking this thing right now, and it says "take on an empty stomach."
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean to you?
No food or water.
So you have to take it like first thing when you
Right,
wake
when
up,
you wake up.
and then you can't. That's it, right?
And then you wait a couple minutes. Like I
Right,
think
but I'm
once
just saying.
it's,
But I'm
gets-
saying like you can't take something like shortly after dinner. Like when I see empty stomach, I'm like, oh, this has to be before any food.
Yes.
So I look at this thing and it says you have to take it 3 times a day, and it says take on an empty stomach. I said, listen, I only have an empty stomach at one point in the day. It's before I eat my giant meal.
Or before you go to bed, kind of.
Kind of, but so I'm like, how is this possible? So we Googled it, and it turns out take on an empty stomach. This was mind blowing to me. Take on an empty stomach means you haven't eaten in 2 hours.
Oh, because the food has gone into the intestines now.
Not when Robbie's eaten. You see
I
what
would
happens
actually
when I
love
eat.
to know the size of your stomach.
Well, you know what? You know what we should do? We should have me eat while I'm like on a CAT scan, like an X-ray or something, and watch how long it takes to digest. I bet it's 10 times longer than anybody else.
But you'd have to be lying down, right?
Yeah, we got to get a standing X-ray, just a
with
stomach
a tray
X-ray
on top of it.
Yeah, while I eat for an hour and a half, and then we watch and see how long it digests. What does it say up there?
At least 1 hour before eating. Well, but you don't know when you ate last, or 2 hours after eating.
That's what I go. That's insane to me. Before you guys saw this back there, when you heard take on an empty stomach, is this what it meant to you?
You mean don't eat or drink anything?
Well, that's what I thought it would mean, but it says 2 hours after eating is considered having an empty stomach. I never thought that. I thought empty stomach was like you wake up, you have an empty stomach.
Yeah, I guess I never thought about the time frame in which you need an empty stomach.
Is this
Just
your
the day of before I take it?
Yeah, like if it says when the thing said take this 3 times a day and make sure it's always on an empty stomach, I'm like, that's impossible.
Oh, 3 times a day?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, I know when then you can do it. You can do it right when you wake up, then right before you go to the gym.
That's not even 4 hours. It's what you have to take 4 hours in between.
That's not 4 hours. Right when you get back from the gym.
But then I eat right away.
Yeah, but you're cooking for a minute.
I was just blown away that I was like, I didn't think you had an empty stomach 3 times a day. I thought you have an empty stomach once a day when you wake up and then your stomach is not empty anymore.
Right. I got what you're saying.
Rob, don't you eat like just one big meal a day? Or am I
Right,
wrong?
and that's what I'm saying. Like 4 hours after I eat my big meal, I don't think I have an empty stomach.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I'm full to the
Is
max.
this your parasite cleanse?
Yeah.
How's
I'm
that
trying
going?
it.
Any worms yet?
Nothing. Because you did a parasite cleanse where it was you drank milk for 7 days.
Yes.
Nothing else. And so I wanted to try a parasite cleanse because I saw my friends were showing me these videos that was like you could poop out worms. Like
Are you
could,
checking the poopy every day?
I'm checking the poop. I got no worms. No
Nothing.
worms, no parasites, no nothing. That's the only reason I'm doing it.
Parasite cleanse.
But this one you don't really have to change. Oh.
What do you think?
You hear that, Enny?
What's that?
She said parasite cleanse or cap.
Bro, all the cleanses are cat.
There we go.
Y'all white people are so fucking
Definitely.
bored.
We
It's
are.
like, oh,
We're
let me-
so stupid.
Let me eat a dried fucking grape or whatever the fuck, and it's gonna help me shit.
Don't hate on that. Enny, you
I'ma
ain't
hate on-
tried no
I'ma hate on
plum.
all
Yeah,
that shit.
Neanna
You
got
don't know
her-
what's talking about.
I'm
Neanna
hating
got
on
her
all that
cleanse
shit.
off of TikTok, and I'm like, come on.
Yeah.
Listen, when you show me videos of people pooping out worms, I'll do it because I want to poop out. I want to get worms out
Yeah, but you
of
know
me.
what? But I don't know. I don't
What?
know.
Bruh.
They're able to do anything now.
Have you seen the bears with the worms coming out?
Oh, like tapeworms?
Yeah, those
yeah.
like 3 feet long.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, see, like if you ate in the woods, okay.
Right.
You know, now we're
right.
talking. Maybe you need a little something. Maybe you need to clean yourself. But like, bro, come on.
No, but this they say when
don't
you
got no
eat
worms
I
in
will
you.
say
when
though,
you
when
eat raw
I
fish.
yes,
You get
and
worms.
When I would get when I lived in LA and they'd have all like the farmers markets and all like and people would literally like cut their produce off and bring it right to the farmers market and you would wash it. I remember washing like a head of broccoli and there was worms in it.
How do you feel about that, Enny? You're saying Jamie's cap?
Cat.
Jamie's cap, huh?
Why would I not have? Why would I be lying about a worm in my broccoli?
Enny, I got a new
Bored or something? I
water.
don't know.
I got a new water bottle for you to zoom in on when I drink. You ready?
No plastic for Robbie. No more plastic in his testicles.
How's that? You need a wide lens for this one.
I got you.
There was a guy, a football coach, Jim Harbaugh, and he says that he remembers the day he was born. Like he remembers being born.
Cool.
He remembers all that.
I love football coaches.
Oh, the best.
They're the best.
What's the first thing? Enny, do you
First
think that's
memory?
Cap? You think he remembers being born? 100% Cap. Yeah.
Unless he got that photographic memory type shit.
Right.
If he's that dude, then fine. He got
Well-
like that infinite storage glitch. But if not, then nah, it's cat.
If he's
My-
a football coach, he probably has something similar. Because
I have-
CTE.
I have photographic memory of my first birthday.
Wait, you think football coaches have CTE?
I mean, they played, didn't they?
Not all of them. He's like a scrawny white guy.
You hear that? Go ahead, Cougar.
Yeah, but this particular one did play.
Yeah, Jim
quarterback.
Harbaugh.
Bobby.
Yeah. You win, Enny. What? Go ahead. What'd you say, Ian?
I said I have picture memories of my first birthday.
Really?
Yeah.
And it's not from photos you saw after. What happened at your first birthday?
I can remember like walking to my dad and like him picking me up. I can remember the feeling that it felt like in my dad's arms. Like I loved my dad when I was like a little baby. Like he was like my favorite. And I can like remember that very vividly. And then other memories when I'm 3, I can remember my brother was like spinning me around, like holding my arms, and he let go. And I just like hit when you hit the ground so hard and like the wind gets knocked out of you. And I remember being so terrified of that feeling and like wanting to cry, but like no sound coming out.
Yeah.
And like that fear, I have a very vivid memory of that. And I checked in with my brothers and they're like, oh yeah, that happened.
That happened every day.
Yeah.
When do you feel like you start where you can go back and like you remember like
So
everything?
I'm doing like EMDR therapy right now, like PTSD type therapy, and we're like trying to take it back to my childhood, and I am having a very hard time with it, like getting to like the root of things. Like there's blocks, which is like the point of this.
Right. And you're
therapy.
also wring a book, so you have to go back too, right? Mm-hmm. And you're not. What is?
It's hard.
When does it get fuzzy?
Like between 5 and 10 is very fuzzy for me.
Yeah. I feel like I have like 3 photos in my head and then I'm 9. Like I don't remember
Yeah.
being a kid.
Yeah.
Like being a baby.
Do you think that's because you were trying to block things out? Or do you think it's the drugs? Like, did you ever have a memory of that before?
No, I
that?
never had a memory. But there is a famous photo of me that my dad has. I think I was like 6 months old, and I'm in a baby carriage with a can of Budweiser. And
Do
he
you remember
he loves
holding
it.
that can?
No, but I think that
Oh.
might have been, like I think
Part of
my
the reason
grandparents
why?
were like, yeah, you put brandy on the pacifier, and then they stop eating. I don't know. They had like this whole. I think I might have
Yeah.
been. I think I might have
Drunk?
been drinking
You
before
were a
I
little
was
drunk during your childhood?
I remember one time my dad they for his Christmas present at his job they gave him like a bottle of whiskey.
Yeah.
And I was young, and I remember like he gave me some, and he was like, "Yeah, here." And I was young, like I don't even know.
Wow.
Yeah, like really, like definitely not 10.
Yeah.
You know, like younger.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Yeah," because he was taking shots of it, and then he was like, "Yeah, here, have some." And I remember being like, "Ooh, like that's warm." Like I remember drinking it and being like, "That's fucking warm."
That was your first reaction, was it's warm, not it's disgusting, it burns.
No, yeah, I was like,
Wow.
it's warm. I had a tough childhood. I was looking for warmth, and I found some in a bottle. What are the first memories
It's a
you
country
guys have?
song.
I have like just kind of vague, fuzzy memories of. I remember a big dog and like an orange popsicle, but also I do remember when I was like 6 or 7, when I found out that someday I would die.
Ooh.
Yeah, my
Tell me about that.
I was at my grandma's and like my cousins told me, and I didn't believe them at first, and then I asked my grandma, and she said, "Yeah, it's true." I thought you just died like getting hit by a bus or something, and then I found out nope, everyone dies.
That was a more comforting thing for you, that someday you would just get nailed by a bus?
Well, I thought
as
if I could avoid buses enough, I'd be fine.
and live forever?
Ah.
Yeah.
What? But you knew you would get old.
I don't know if I had a concept of that. I knew my grandma was old.
So you thought maybe she was just an old person and you were going to be like forever a young person?
Yeah, I think when you're young, you don't really.
Yeah.
I mean, even now, it's hard to conceptualize myself as an old guy.
I mean, if I think about it, like, so Jack is 7, just turned 7, and when he was like 5, 6, he went through a period of asking me a lot, like, how old are you? When are you gonna die? Like, or if I would get like sick or a cold, like, does this mean you're gonna die? Like, there was like a good like 1 to 2 months where like a lot of his focus and questions were around, well, does that mean that you're dying? Because he just needed to like.
And what would you tell him? How do you comfort a kid?
No, I don't think so. No, like it.
I don't think so.
I was like, most people get to live till they're very old, but sometimes things happen. Like, I had a brother pass away very young. Like,
Yeah.
different things like that. That things happen, but there's no reason for us to believe that that's going to happen to us.
I feel like your calling might be like a podcast, or we could do it here. Guys, our email, nottodaypalpodcast@gmail.com, phone number 512-387-1880. I feel like people who have kids and their kids ask them like tough questions, they don't know how to answer it. I feel like you're fucking great at it.
That's so nice of you to say. Well, here's the thing. I have my kind of like Cuban fiery reaction, and then I come back with like my okay.
Therapized
Yes.
answer. Can you think of like, even 5 years ago, whenever, like,
Yeah.
can you think of bad answers you've given your kids?
You like lying, like to make them just
Or
kind
just
of,
if they ask you some, because I remember, I don't know if we could even say this on YouTube, but I remember it was like me, you, your son, and Cutter were in the kitchen, and somehow like you like gasped, and you were like, and you're like, oh my God, this person just died, and we were all like, oh no, and then like me or Cutter were like, how did he die? And you were like, oh, suicide. And then your son was like, what's suicide? And I've never seen Cutter walk away
so
so
fast.
he instantly turned his back to him and just walked into the other room. And you were like, well, like, and I don't even remember what you
He
said.
did that to me recently about fucking sex. Cause Bo was like, I know what sex is, and next thing I know, Cutter's gone, and I'm like, what the? like he should be the one to like have that convo with him.
Yeah, but you don't want Cutter sitting there talking to his son about how he doesn't get any, you know? That's probably what it would turn into. Come on, I got to take Cutter's side sometime. You know?
He gets plenty.
Do you think, so you can't think of any, like there were any times where you were like, fuck, like that didn't go well?
Yeah, a lot. Well, like yesterday, Bo, he's had some things that are very mature and hard to understand that he feels since the hospital. And I've tried to explain to him that like kids can't understand it. He had a moment where he tried to explain it to some friends at school and it backfired and it went really bad for him. And there was at first I told him, I was like, Bo, you have too high expectations of like how people need to react to you and you're always going to be disappointed. And like, I just was getting frustrated with him because I've told him this so many times and like I hate that he had to feel that pain, but it was like, and then I realized later I'm like, that was kind of like a fucked up thing to say to like an 11-year-old kid who's like struggling to make sense of stuff. So then later last night I, sat him down and I was like, tell me what you want to tell me. Like, tell me what you feel. And he looked at me and he said, if I was you, I wouldn't believe what I'm telling you right now. And like, because he prefaced that, I was like, oh, and like, he told me what he told me. And I was like, well, then I'm going to choose to believe you. Because I can't imagine what it's like walking through the world and have something feel so true to you. And that like, everyone's telling you you're crazy for believing it. Like, who am I to say that he didn't have a near-death experience? He did.
Well, he did, yeah.
He did. And so, I think, and then what I said to him is I was like, I think I'm going to have to, you and I maybe can just figure out this group of people that you can feel safe to talk to about this if you need to, but like other 11-year-old boys is just not the audience for you in this moment because they're just going to make you feel crazy and weird and I don't want him to feel that way. But maybe that's also just like part of his fucking journey. I don't know. It's a hard thing with a parent to know like when to just kind of let them figure it out and then like when to intervene. You know what I mean? So I've definitely not always reacted in the best way. I definitely made him feel pretty shitty about it when he first came home from school. But
you should do what Cutter does and just walk away and then he'll just be left standing alone and he'll have to figure it out.
That's what Cutter does best.
Yeah. You what did he think sex was when he's like, I know what sex is?
I asked, well, I said, what do you think it is? And he said a penis and a vagina. And I was like, yeah.
That's about all I know.
And he kind of was like, ugh, like not like into it. And I was like, yeah. And I was like, listen, that's how you get a baby. And he's like, oh, like, I don't want to do that till college. I was like, yeah, even later, bro. Great. And I was like, there's so many other things you can do. You can talk to dad about that. Like, there's so many other things that you can do with another person.
Anal.
That's it. That's, daddy's favorite.
That's daddy's favorite. Yeah, he takes after his father.
When you think of businesses skyrocketing in sales like Gymshark or Heinz, you naturally think of amazing products, cool brands, and brilliant marketing. But what's often overlooked is the powerful platform behind these businesses, making selling and shopping seamless. And for millions of companies, that platform is Shopify. Nobody does selling better than Shopify. It's home to the #1 checkout in the world. And the not so secret, with Shop Pay, that boosts conversions up to 50%, meaning way less carts going abandoned and way more sales going. If you're serious about growing your business, your commerce platform needs to be ready to sell wherever your customers are, on the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout Gymshark and Heinz use. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/nottoday, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/nottoday to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/nottoday.
Yeah.
Did you fart before?
Yeah, I tried to time it with a cha-ching.
Yeah.
You know, we were just talking, this was just something that I wrote down because we were just talking about it, but when we were talking about death and everything, it's weird to bring it back now. But they said, like, I read this thing that said humans are the only thing that know that it's going to die.
Really? Animals don't know?
Yeah, like, animals don't know. They just think, like, yeah, we're just living this life, and
Wow.
life is like.
But don't.
we
But the
know.
animals know when another animal is like preying on them and wants to eat them.
Yeah, which is, oh my God, what I don't know what, but I don't know if I'm sure they know like death is possible, but I don't think they know like, oh, eventually, like
What a
what
fucking
Chad
way
was
to
talking about,
die,
right? Like
man.
I'm
Getting
just gonna.
eaten.
That's why I don't go in the ocean. People who go in the ocean and just like I was in Mexico one time, and there's a guy every morning who would swim out whatever 100 yards, and he would swim for 30 minutes this way and 30 minutes that way. And I'm like, that to me, that guy has a
Gambling with his
50-50
life.
every time. Yeah, it's like that's.
Or is that like known shark waters there?
I think all water to me is known shark water.
You wouldn't even get in the lake.
Oh, of course. Yeah. No, I go in the ocean, but I go in, I get out. I'm not like I'm going to swim for an hour a day and do laps.
Right.
Like, you know
right.
what I mean?
You're increasing your chances.
Yeah, I think that's not our home, the ocean. That's the fucking shark. Like you watch one video of a shark fucking eating somebody and you're like, I'm good. I'm not about that. So now Cutter walks away. And then he comes back. Does he go, so what happened there?
No.
He doesn't even want to
Doesn't
know.
even follow up. Just like time for bed.
That's the best.
Yeah. No follow up.
Oh, so Bo told me that he asked a girl to be his Valentine.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, cool. I was like, what'd you say to her? And he's like, I said, are you a keyboard because you're just my type? Want to be my Valentine?
Yeah, he's full of those.
Yeah.
He's
Oh,
full
that's
of
so
those.
Bo. Yeah.
He's got a lot of those.
Are you a keyboard because you're just my type?
Wow.
And he like instantly fired, would you be my Valentine? He didn't let it like sink in. I don't think he was just like, would you be my Valentine?
He is girl crazy.
Yeah, but he doesn't want sex. Interesting. I'm kind of the
He's
opposite.
11.
Yeah, just want sex and like.
But if I think back to when I was 11, I was like making out with kids.
Yeah, I think that's around where it started. A little truth or dare action.
Yeah,
you know,
I had
and
like
then-
a full makeout session with my fifth grade boyfriend. I can remember.
and that's 11 years old, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I mean, he's going to be in middle school next year.
Yeah, those become your first memories. We're talking about first memories, right? You remember?
yeah.
I remember my first like make out party.
Yeah.
That was crazy. I was like, I can't believe
but
we're
they
allowed to
don't.
do
That's
this.
the thing is like we used to have a lot of like group get-togethers, like boys and girls at somebody's house. I don't know. Maybe he's just not getting invited, but like he's not like they're not doing that. Doesn't seem. All these boys here are so into sports, though. Like their lives are sports here.
Yeah, but I also feel like we weren't doing a lot of group get-togethers until we started smoking weed and drinking, and then it was like we all got to get together to drink and smoke.
Yeah.
You know, so it's probably
Yeah.
good that he's not
Yeah. Of course.
doing that.
I would really like it to be my house.
Oh, your house. But then what if you know that they're making out in the other room? Like, how do you handle that?
True.
What the fuck? You hear like music and you look and the lights on, the lights off
True.
underneath.
Oof. Wow. I have really a lot of things to look forward to, don't I?
My first makeout party, we were at this girl's place and there was like 10 of us and a couple broke off into like each part of her room and she put a lava lamp on and put on Santeria,
Oh, Sublime.
the Sublime album, that whole
Wow,
album. And
what
I
a
remember
vibe.
that album is like whatever, probably just under an hour. It went by in like 3 minutes. 'Cause we
Oh,
were just-
everybody just made out to the album?
It was
oh my God.
dark and you had like everybody had like a blanket or a sheet or whatever and we were like messing around and you were like and I was like, yo, this is crazy. And it's
Wow.
crazy how fast, even at whatever we were, 11, 12, that you forgot, or maybe 12, 13, you forgot that there were other people in the room. Like you come out of the the record ends and like you come out and you're like, oh, ew, there's like 10 people in this room, like a small room in New York
Well,
City.
you know what? You got to do what you got to do. You don't have a lot of options.
You have to. Yeah, it was the park or
Right.
someone's a place when their parents were gone.
Right.
That was there any better news when you're like 13 or 14 when it was like my parents are going
Oh
away
my
for the
God,
weekend?
best.
There was nothing better for me to
I
hear.
told you I had one party in high school. One time my parents never left town. One time my parents left town and it blew up. Like other towns in Long Island had heard about it. Kids parked on my lawn, and somebody had brought pot brownies and I didn't know that they were pot brownies.
Oh, yeah.
You know the story. And I ate like 2 or 3 and I freaked the fuck out.
It's so funny because like when I would have like my place when it's like, oh, you place yourself. It's like, how can I get as high as possible? And Jamie's like looking for snacks. Like Jamie's
I was like stress eating.
yeah, it's like the most
like,
epic
"These
party
brownies
in the
fucking
history
suck."
of Long Island, and you're like, are there brownies around? Like,
Literally.
that's crazy.
I was like vacuuming my floor like Magda and Something About Mary, you know, when she's like all high and like.
Yeah, you're like Cutter.
Yeah.
Like Cutter at Jack's birthday party now.
Cutter made everybody leave Jack's birthday party at like 40 minutes into the party. He's like, all right, that was enough, right?
He said he started cleaning up like 30
He
minutes
did.
into the
I
party.
was like, Cutter, people are here still.
He said
So
some dad
rude.
texted him and was like, man, you really put on a clinic today.
Of how to do a birthday party.
Yeah, he's like, as soon as like somebody would have half a drink, he'd be like, you done with this? Like,
It's
you know?
true. People drove all the way to the party with their kids' presents, and 35 minutes later, Cutter asked everybody to leave.
I remember there was, I forget whose birthday it was, but like he was coming over to me and you together and he'd be like, they're eating brownies in the living room, like, or whatever
when
they
we
were
had like
eating.
people over to swim one day. or
Yeah,
whatever.
and he's like, they're eating chips in the living room, like, and they were just like, he was. So wait, so how far out do you find out your parents are going away?
I think like a week.
And you have two brothers, and they're
Brian
one
was in
older,
college.
one younger.
Two older.
both older,
Brian
yeah.
was in college. Adam was still living at home. Adam walked through my party in a towel.
It's
He
a
had
move.
showered
Yeah,
and walked through the party in a towel.
Of course.
And then actually, I found out later, Adam is who called the cops.
Really? Wow, that's such a new layer to Adam for me. Wow. Okay. So it was only you planning this party,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
in your head, you're gonna have how many people over?
20, 30,
And it turned into
100 at least.
100. And when did you get the first like murmurs of, hey, this is getting a little out of hand?
When every corner of my house was filled with a person. Like everyone. And then some chick I knew from like dance class that lived like 25 minutes away was there. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing here? She's like, I heard there was a party in Jericho.
Wow. So are people like breaking shit? Does it get bad, or it was?
No, it wasn't so much. You know, I did prepare. Like we had a whole like photo wall thing. I took every photo down and had put them away in like my parents' closet. I had locked my parents' room. And then we cleaned. Like my friend stayed and helped me clean up. What honestly gave it away was a friend of mine cleaned our hardwood kitchen floor with Pledge.
I don't know what that does.
Liquid Pledge. Pledge is what you use for wood furniture, not wood floor. So it made it like an ice skating rink, like slippery. So if you walked in, you would. That gave it away.
Yeah, I remember my apartment when my mom would come back would smell better than when she left, so that's how she knew, because we had. So what we would do
She's
is,
like, it's too clean in here.
yeah. So you buy. There's a thing I think it's called a boof, where like you take a paper towel roll and
A
you
boof?
put
Isn't that something else?
Well, there is boofing, which is that's up your butt. That's something else.
You blow cocaine up your butt?
Something like that. Yeah, there's something. But then this thing was called boofing back in the day, where you take a.
Booty boof.
Yeah, booty boofing is a different thing. This is so. Oh no, sorry. Maybe it's a spoof. That's what it was called. So you take a paper towel roll or a toilet paper roll, and you fill it with dryer sheets. And when you smoke weed, you blow the smoke through there, and it comes out smelling like the dryer sheets instead.
Good to know.
Yeah. So what we'd all do is we would get like 20-ounce sodas, and we'd poke holes in the bottom of it. You fill those with dryer sheets, and then we would just anybody would be like, you could smoke 10 blunts in a row in here. You just have to blow every one into the dryer.
Wow.
So you're just like, you're smoking, but you're also just inhaling dryer sheet smoke and so like you're so fucked up, and you just smell like a floral.
Rob, I think a parasite cleanse is a minimum of what you need to clean out this years of
I wish they could
shit.
just turn me inside out and scrape whatever's inside me and then push me back somehow.
pulling out pieces of dryer sheet.
Yeah. What did it say about boofing is when you blow something up someone's asshole or something? Oh, excuse you.
Slang term for inserting drugs or alcohol into your anus to produce a
Alcohol
more
in the
immediate
anus?
high or avoid the risks of other methods of administration.
Well, I guess if somebody's like snorted cocaine for too long and like destroyed their nose,
Yeah.
they gotta go up the poop
I
chute.
never shoved anything up my butt.
Alcohol up the ass is like, that's how you get like alcohol poisoning, right?
Yeah, they did that with alcohol poisoning is in cap.
Like
you don't think?
people
I mean,
would
if you
like
do it in your
pour
ass, I wouldn't know.
alcohol in the butt, like what, through like a funnel or something?
Yeah, that's Steve-O did that in Jackass. He literally took a funnel, put it in his butt, and poured beer in there.
I'm telling you, man, white people are bored as fuck.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, also he made tens of millions of dollars pouring beer in his butt. So
I can think of a lot of other ways to try and make tens of millions of dollars, or I'd rather just not have tens of millions of dollars. And not do that.
alcohol enema.
You wouldn't do one One booth.
Of
10.
what?
One booth of
Alcohol?
say like an IPA. We're just gonna pour that in there.
For how much?
Let's say like $500K.
Is there any like possible permanent damage that can happen to me from this?
Mm-hmm.
You get
500K,
really
you want it or
cool.
We all want you to do it.
You'd,
Come on,
you'd be on
Jamie.
YMH.
Jamie.
Honestly, I'm going to say no because that would for sure end up being the thing that I end up being most famous for. And I just can't do that anymore. I can't do that to myself.
What do you think? What is your price?
I need to know if there's irreplaceable damage that will be
Well,
done.
Steve-O
that's part
did
of the
it.
fun.
Steve-O did it. He's fine.
He is not fine.
Steve-O looks great. What do you
Yeah,
mean?
he's doing great. So what? You might wake up with a tattoo of a penis on your chest or whatever he has. You know, that's
What would
fine.
you do it for?
I mean,
Could
honestly,
this fuck with his sobriety?
that's what I'd be. That's what is the
Well,
big
first of all,
problem.
definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
You're getting
Yeah.
Get
wasted.
drunk.
I'd be
Oh,
drunk.
you'd get drunk.
Yeah.
Oh, you get like real. That's why
Really
I'm saying
drunk.
you get alcohol poisoning because I think it's like more. What is it? Absorb.
Yeah.
absorb thing
Accelerates
or
it into your
whatever.
bloodstream.
If we're saying I walk away with 500,000 in my pocket, I think I'd do it. Yeah.
But like so, and hold on, Jamie. I'm not saying filming it. I'm just saying doing it. Period. No
And
no one
talking
knows
about it.
about it. It's
Just
like,
just cut her.
us in the room. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Who's paying me? So this is a private show?
And he's balling.
I got you. 500. What are you thinking?
You know I do anything for you. Anyway.
How sweet. When you were in Disney, you just
Yeah.
came back from Disney. Tell me about the food. How bad?
Oh,
How bad is the food in Disneyland?
I barely ate.
So you went to Disney for how long?
3 days of parking. Like doing the parks.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't even. I was like, okay.
I made a verb.
Yeah, 3. That's probably what they call it. Those Disney lovers. So you do 3 days of parking.
Yeah.
You get there. What is? I want to know like the first
Yeah.
sense of food you
The
get.
first, we went to this restaurant in the hotel with my brother and all his kids and my parents, and it was just chicken fingers, burgers, fries, Caesar salads, whatever.
And bad versions of those things.
Of course.
Oh, my God.
I got some like, because I had been eating so well. I got this like basic bitch salad, and then like made my own like kind of dressing from like things that they had. But it's really hard to eat there. Like everything is fried. Everything.
And it's fried and gross. Like sometimes you
Yes.
go like, hey, these are amazing chicken fingers. This burger is
Yes.
great. You go, I remember the last time I was at Disney was probably 15 years ago. The burgers were so fucking disgusting.
Yeah, it's bad.
Like
it's
so
bad.
like worse than
I
McDonald's.
ended up eating a lot of like pizza. Like
But
that
it's
was
bad,
like felt
right?
like the safest choice in places.
But
was just,
bad
like,
pizza.
I mean, it wasn't like of course, but it was you're hungry and like you've got to eat something. So like to me, that was like the healthiest choice was like bread, cheese, and sauce. I don't know. I just don't want to eat like meat.
And what about when you're in the park? Like you're in the park.
Yeah, pizza,
Oh my God, it's so whack.
popcorn.
Look at this.
I got
What
a lot
is-
of popcorn.
What is in that helmet?
Chili fries. You know, I
That
used
might be
I
good,
used to I
actually.
used to fucking love a turkey leg though.
Oh yeah? Yeah, I could fuck
Cutter
with that.
wouldn't let me get a turkey leg because he said he couldn't look at me eating it. But I
Really?
would have fucked with a turkey leg for sure.
So wait, you said I want to get a turkey leg, and he put the kibosh on it. He was like, "You're
he's
not
like,
eating
I
it."
can't watch you eat that.
Really?
I was like, don't look at me.
So why didn't you just get it?
Because I was on the rascal, you know, because it's like hard and like he wouldn't go get it for me. And like, it was so I needed
That's
I needed him
fucked
to
up.
get it for me. I know.
I want to go with you guys Disney next time just to walk around a turkey leg the whole time.
I had a lot of gummies.
Weed gummies or
Yes.
just gummies?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So then
Which
you're
one?
high as fuck and you have no food?
Well, that's what I said, like popcorn, pizza.
Okay. Popcorn is okay. Yeah. Ew, look at that. What's on that? Sausage? On that pretzel?
Well, they have to make everything Mickey shaped.
What's on that pretzel?
Looks like sausage or some kind of, I don't know, hot dog or
Oh,
bratwurst.
the
Hot dog.
Chinese
It looks
New
like a
Year.
hot
It might
dog.
be some kind of Chinese thing.
Chinese thing. That
I don't know.
does
It
not
says,
look like
it
a
says
Chinese
it's shaped
dish.
for the Chinese New
There's
Year.
a giant pretzel with cheese and hot dog on it.
I don't know. It's some kind of Chinese kebab.
Oh, it was for the year of the pig. So
See, don't.
What are we in now? The year of the rooster?
No, wait. I think I might know this.
The snake.
Yeah, I think it's the snake. Anybody?
I like it.
Can we get a confirmed on that? People are telling me that 2025 is supposed to be a good year for whatever I am, the Pisces or
Samesies. Same
Yeah?
for Taurus. Yeah, we're supposed to have
yeah.
a
You
good year this
you're starting off real great. Things have been great in the Dykstra house, so you can't even eat a fucking turkey leg when you're paying thousands of
was
dollars for everyone to go on
2024.
vacation.
That
Oh
was
yeah,
2024.
it's the How'd you know it was the year of the snake?
Because I'm alive and like watch TV and Instagram and things like that.
Well,
it's like in my
those
face.
those boys in the back look totally clueless. I
You
didn't
knew.
know.
You guys knew, right?
Nah, but I mean, I don't know anything, so.
Well, I guess
didn't.
that's part of my algorithm is like this type of shit.
Oh,
you know?
yeah, you like Zodiac shit?
I like
horoscopes
spiritual
and-
shit.
yeah.
I like universe shit. Yeah.
You like the crystals. You got the crystals at home?
I'm not a crazy crystal lady. It's not like I
didn't
have
say
them in my
crazy, I just said
bag.
crystals.
But I got some crystals. Yeah. I got
Yeah.
some crystals.
You see-
But like not a lot. Like 4 sprinkled throughout my home. It's
Yeah.
not like aggressive.
And they're nice. They're bigger than this.
No.
Like they're yes
Maybe
they
a
are.
little taller.
Yeah.
Maybe a tiny bit
That's
taller.
a yes.
One of them. That's it.
Yeah, and they're wider. Yeah. She's a crystal lady, not crazy.
I'm telling you, when the weather gets nice, I'm gonna have we should do a party at my house. We should do a pickleball, swim.
Well, tell them what you want to do with
Well,
everyone.
I told Zolo this already that I'm doing my birthday this year at this place here in Austin that like you will reenact like game shows like Wheel of Fortune or Jeopardy, and you can do a kid version, an adult version, an X-rated version. I think we should take everyone from YMH and do like, Family Feud style like verses, and like I think it would be really fun day/thing to film. Content.
totally.
Yeah, down.
Yeah, that
What do
sounds
you-
fun.
Also, there was something you weren't here when we talked about going to the escape room. Enny, what were your thoughts on the escape room?
Man, I fucking picked that shit.
Yeah.
Bodied. I cheated the fuck out of that.
You picked
I
the
was
lock.
I was getting tired of that shit. I was like, hold on, this can't be that difficult to pick, right? And then I just went over and just
And it
listened to
wasn't.
that
Went
bitch.
over and ruined it for all of us.
Bam! I didn't ruin it. He said you could do that.
He
said
did?
you could do that. He said you could do
He
it.
said it wasn't the first time it's
Yep.
been
He
done.
didn't say you could do it. He said it wasn't the first time.
That means that you could do it.
But he also didn't disqualify us. He still
Exactly.
said congrats.
Well, I do want to say Chad made a great point because what I think I tried to take your side shockingly, and I was like, well, it's like there's somebody like you're escaping the room. You escaped the room, but then Chad was like, yeah, but we could have just walked out at any time. Then he's like, we could have just escaped by walking out.
Wait, where could we have walked out?
You're not literally locked in. They tell us that you can leave at any time.
Yeah, it's like illegal
But
to
you'd-
lock people in.
But you'd have to like ask though, right?
No, you just walk out.
Which door could we have walked out of? Because
There's
that
like,
shit was locked.
Yeah, they were all locked.
No. He did say he was like, just so
The
you know,
only
it's
door
not-
that was still open was the one that we came in.
Right.
But then the one that you leave out of, he said like you have to legally like you can't
Oh.
actually lock people in.
But to get to the door that was behind us, I would have had to climb up a slide. Nigga, I ain't doing that.
Right.
No, because remember the door right to the right of that box went back into the first room.
Yeah.
The door right into the.
It was
Remember
like,
the box that we couldn't figure out? You had to like feel, and it was like Braille, which was
That's the one
insane.
that I cheated. Yeah.
Yeah,
you
that-
can open that. It takes you right back to the beginning.
Yeah, you go right back through there to the beginning.
Yeah,
Can't
but,
wait to do another one.
Yeah, but see, that's the wrong door, is what I'm saying. You went through the incorrect door.
You still escaped. You got
Nah,
out.
that's not true. You went through that door, which is like that's like the bitch, like, oh, I want to disappear and get out of this type shit. Like you actually cheated. I just used the tools that were provided to me to go the route that they wanted me to.
We
That's not
couldn't
cheating.
read Braille.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, we
So
didn't know the
Enny
Braille
had
was
to
there.
pick the lock.
But we
And-
paid to solve puzzles and, have fun together, not to
And we
You
did.
trying to say you didn't have
secretly
fun,
cheat
Chad?
by yourself and get out.
You trying to say you didn't have fun?
No, I had fun until that moment.
I had a blast.
Wow, in-house fighting. This is not good for the office.
Well, I don't know what he's talking about. I had a lot of fun.
And
I
then
had a lot of fun the whole time.
One other question we had that you weren't here to answer, which was, what did you do from the time work ended until the escape room?
I don't. When was the escape room?
I don't know. Whenever we went,
December? Did we do it?
or
November?
November, December.
So that was like the winter break.
No, we weren't on break. We came from YMH
because it was the same day. Oh, I don't remember, dude. That's
because
way too long ago.
I was 99% sure you were not even close to sober when you
Rob
showed
couldn't
up.
believe how friendly you were.
I couldn't
He
believe how
talked about
nice.
it
I
a
couldn't
lot.
believe how nice you were. Right.
Yeah, that sounds like I had a couple drinks in me.
That's what I was saying. Is that any drunk or any high?
It's both. Yeah.
Oh, okay, the combo. Yeah, obviously, if you're drinking, you're smoking too, right? Yeah.
Well,
What, you do
not
the
necessarily,
vape?
but
You do like the vape pen weed thing, or you just do regular weed?
Sure, if you got it.
Okay.
I'm down. I don't really take anything out. I go drink, and then if there's stuff, I'm down. But yeah, I smoke usually at home. I don't like getting too high outside.
Okay, because I remember you walked in and you gave me a hug and you were like, "I miss you, man." And I was like, "Oh, this guy's on something." And I was like, "There's no way."
Yeah, Rob talked about it for a while, actually.
Yeah, I was shocked.
Yeah.
I was like, "Is this part of the show?
Yeah.
Like, is this part of the room,
I
the
know.
escape room?"
Is it part of the bit? Where does the bit end? I know.
Yeah.
No, that's a little.
Good
That's
for you.
It's a little inebriation right there.
Yeah,
A little
Nothing
inebriation.
wrong with that.
They should Tom should let you drink at work. I think it'd be good for everyone here.
You think I need him to let me? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, I don't know.
Drink right now, Nick.
I'm drunk right now. All right, we will see you guys next week.
Okay.